call. It is now March 20th, 2024. This is our fifth one, folks. That's pretty impressive.
Fifth one.
Fifth one.
Fifth one.
They said it couldn't be done. The haters were down to us after the first one. Choose J.U.P is what I'll say to all the haters over here. We're gonna start this off the same way we always do with the J.U.P theme song. Folks, that is a credit to the WEN working group for putting that together. I will be your host for the next hour or so. My name is Kash Dhanda. I'm the working group lead over here on the Uplink working group and J.U.P. I'm also the Sherpa over at Super Team and the host of the Solana ecosystem call. And today, if in case it's your first one, because I think we have a bunch of new people on this call, let me just quickly tell you what this call is all about. This call is a way to kind of celebrate all of the people and the products that make J.U.P great. There's a lot happening across the J.U.P ecosystem on any given day. So what we're going to do today is try to capture everything that's happened in the last week in one tidy package so that you can stay up to date. So we're going to talk some of the wins of the week, things that have been happening that are pretty amazing on the product side, on the partnership side, integration side. We're going to talk state of the J.U.P. Meow's going to give a great talk on the J.U.P for J.U.P and some other topics will be covered. We're going to have some partner spotlight. We have Coincover and Sqauds here, two just fantastic projects who help make the J.U.P ecosystem go. And then we're going to talk about the LFG Launchpad. And rumor has it that there might be some alpha that's dropped during that section. I don't know. That's just the rumors as well. Before we wrap up with the Catdets Corner, where we showcase members of the community and what makes the community great, and the closing POAP, which will work this time. Hand to God. This time we have figured out a way to get that to work. So that is the goal for this time. Let's jump right into it. What do you guys say? Sound good? Feels good? All right, let's do it.
Cool. Let's do it.
LFG, the chat I think has been turned off due to abuse at this point. Maybe we could turn it on and off intermittently as we try to see people getting kicked off.
I really want to see people talk. I really want to see people talking. Yeah, that'd be great.
There we go. All right, and we're back and we're alive. People are throwing in cats. All right. If you're watching this right now on Twitter, come on over to the Zoom. You can be a part of this madness that is the chat. Ask questions, get answers, and a whole bunch of other good stuff. But without any further ado, let's get into the wins of the week. There were a bunch of them this week. So the first one, this is something that's affecting the entire Solana ecosystem right now. Some transactions are having a hard time landing due to collisions with other transactions at the same time. So when you're doing some trades or swaps, it can be really helpful to have your slippage set accordingly to make sure your transactions can land. And now within the J.U.P product, there is in fact an auto slippage setting. J.U.P all about making life easier for the user here. You can now set it in auto. That's an alpha on production, but you can use it on edge.jup.ag as the default, and it'll make sure to verify the slippage before you actually start to trade, but it'll make your life a little bit easier here as you're trying to do swaps and get into new tokens. Big shout out to Melvin, Pierre, and Dickinson for pushing this forward and making life better for everybody.
So I think this is actually a really important thing, by the way, the auto slippage thing, in the sense that we really want everyone to help test it. Because this is actually a really groundbreaking new kind of direction, because don't think anyone has quite figured it out how to do auto slippage yet, right? So we are not launching this yet. It's still in beta, right? So if you can just give it a try and let us know how it would be great. Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah.
Absolutely. This is what J.U.P's all about. I think making that UX easier for the end user. And I think this is just an experiment to kind of push that forward. Yeah.
Yeah, taking a really, I think Jupiter is all about taking really hard things and complicated things and making it easy to understand, right? And easy to use. I think, we're always trying our best.
That's what we like to see. Let's go to the second win here. Talking to making things easier. Maybe you didn't notice, but 3 months ago, there was no Launchpad. There was no research forum, there was no governance and all this. And now there is. A lot has been happening in the JUP ecosystem at a speed that is making my own head spin. So the good news is there's now a new navigation bar over on JUP.ag that'll help make it easier for you to get around. So maybe you've only seen the swaps and the perps and some of the more primary products. This is a great opportunity to go and very easily be able to go check out the station with tons of great user guides that'll make your life easier. Obviously governance in the LFG Launchpad, as well as developer docs, partners, and many more things. Quick side note, the stats over on JUP.ag, also worth a check. They're quite interesting. Big shout out to Izu and Wykit for getting this going and live. Next one is an integration here. This is a long-awaited integration. This has been weeks in the making here, but there is officially the integration with months in the making, excuse me. Yeah, this was something we talked about putting in the first Planetary call, I think, and it's been just tested, and now it's working well, which is OpenBook has officially integrated Jupyter into it as well. So now limit orders placed on OpenBook, which is a central limit order book, an open source central limit order book on Solana, can capture swaps from Jupyter, which should make everyone's life a little bit better. Pierre and the OpenBook team driving this one forward. This is another very difficult, complicated technical problem that hopefully improves life for everybody on Solana, certainly any users of OpenBook.
Actually, so one thing to share here, right, is that actually people don't know this, but we actually work extensively, right, with new projects, right, to actually test that integration like crazy, right? So it's like when a new project launches, we work with them through the SDK, and then we often put it in testing production for as a few weeks. And then really, I mean, we uncover all kind of issues and all kind of bugs and stuff, right? And then only when it is confirmed it's working, right, then we roll the production, right? So actually, it's actually one of those things that we actually work a lot on, you know? And then for OpenBook E2, I think we've been working in the team for a while now to kind of get it in. Yeah, so really happy that it's working out now. Yeah.
It's not easy to do things the right way, but you got to do it the right way nonetheless. That's a fact. Next win over here, and this is an LFG related win. Your voices were heard. Thrilled with the amount of feedback that we got on the LFG Launchpad process. Big shout out to the core working group of Durden, Slorg, Seb, and Kimosabe, who went through all of these pieces of feedback and started to come up with some new actionable changes that are going to come next. This whole JUP thing only works if it is a conversation between and amongst the community here. So really excited to see, and not surprised to see, quite frankly. JUP is the most active DAO, and here we have a bunch of people giving their feedback that will tangibly impact and improve processes going forward. Slorg is going to talk in about 25 to 30 minutes on exactly what those changes are, so stick around to hear how the next round is going to go. Give me a little LFG in the chat if the chat is turned on right now. That'd be good to see as well. So big shout out to all the thoughtful cadets who participated in that process. Srijani letting me know that it's not, so maybe the speakers can do LFGs over here. There we go. And speaking of the LFG Launchpad, the second round has officially kicked off. So the first candidates are starting to come across. You can go check out Sanctum and Ad Astria are going to be doing AMAs very soon. They've already done long form posts over on the JUP Research Forum, so do go check that out. Big shout out to the core working group for filtering that list and going through all these applications to understand who can be elevated. There will be more candidates to come, so watch this space. But those are the first two, giving people plenty of time to start to check that out. And the link Srijani just put into the chat is a safe one, so you can click on that easily. The next one is a partnership, little handshake emoji over here. JM2 Coincover. Coincover is one of the leaders in all of crypto when it comes to kind of security, insurance, doing all sorts of real-time threat detection and so forth. They already work with some of the biggest in the business like Fireblocks, BitGo, Ledger, and now they're working with Jupyter and Sqauds, the biggest over here as well. So stay tuned. We're going to hear exactly what this is all about from Morgan in just about 10 minutes or so. And then finally, we have another banger song for folks today. Actually, I got my little Zoom camera going on here. Does this work? Banger song alert. Where we have the LFG celebration song is live from the Uplink working group. Big shout out to Little Unusual and Dr. Pre-Ballin for putting this together. It's a quick little 45-second song to celebrate where we've come to. Let's listen to it right now.
LFG launch away, tell me I'm on the launch pad, I'm on J.U.P, we got lift off now. Well made, yeah, welcome to the heat, this rocket fuel has helped some see how I go straight up from here.
Fun fact, I've been singing this song basically all day, every day since I first heard it a few days ago. Something so just melodic and beautiful about it. This is going to be going up on the Jupiter YouTube page, and we're going to get a Spotify going as well, because I know there's a bunch of songs that people like out
Spotify.
of here. Huh? Spotify as well. J.U.P taking over all channels, my friend. We're not stopping, whether it's Twitter or everywhere else. We are coming for you, and that's a fact.
I'm getting the Zeus song.
You're getting the Zeus song. Yeah, you saw the little Zeus patch on it as well. I hope people caught the little right here meow, and then we cut to Meow's thing. I don't know if that was like obvious enough, but that was my favorite little Easter egg out of the whole thing. Okay, speaking of Meow, those are the wins of the week. Let's go into State of the J.U.P. And here I want to welcome up to the stage Jupiter's co-founder, unconfirmed feline, Meow himself. Meow, how you doing?
Really good. Well, I think I'm pretty confirmed feline at this point, right? Yeah, but anyway, yeah. So I think I just need to share a little bit more about like the J.U.P, right? I think I'm here to share a bit about the J.U.P as a token and also the DAO, right? And the DAO and stuff. Obviously, there's been quite a lot of discussion over the last few days about the J.U.P and everything and stuff. So I think first of all, I'm gonna share some thoughts on the J.U.P. I think what we see J.U.P, right, is that we see J.U.P not as a meme coin, not as a utility coin, but really as an ecosystem token, right? Where the main goal of the token is to kind of drive the growth, right, of the whole Jupiterverse, right? We call it Jupiterverse or JWP, right? And then Jupiterverse really have like several parts to it, right? You have the cadets, you have the users, you have the DAO, you have the work groups, and you have obviously the team, right? So I think all of them, I think it's about kind of how do you kind of constantly grow this base, right? Based on cadets, based on users, like bring millions more users in, like really grow the cadet base, like really grow a very strong DAO, I have a really strong team, have a set of really strong work groups, right? So I think that is actually how I kind of think about what we are doing here, right? So I think what we're doing here is like, it's not about one thing, but about kind of on the whole picture, how do we kind of like drive like all these things together, right? So I think it's actually a really important understanding, right? I think that's actually understanding like this whole thing as a whole. It's actually really important to kind of understand how we think about everything. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, can you go next? Yeah. Next, yeah, awesome. So I think over here, yeah, sorry guys. Sorry guys. I think we can't see your chat here, but I think what you could do is that you can just draw a Q&A, and then I'll try to get back to you guys. Okay. Yeah. So I think the main thing for the DAO to share is that the DAO vote is coming very soon, right? The next DAO will come very soon. I think which would basically be it's actually a really important vote coming next week, which will basically be the CWG budget, right? Over here, I want to say that I think I think everyone would probably everyone would actually see how awesome the CWG has been, right? In terms of like being like extremely fundamental, right? Not just to Jupiter, but also like in terms of the whole entire community getting set up, right? I think so the vote for that is coming next week. And actually I also talked about the DAO scope thing several times. But I think it'll be good to, since there's a lot of debate right now about DAO, I just want to kind of reiterate on kind of how we see the DAO, right? So first of all, I think the DAO would be, as mentioned in several blog posts earlier, right? For the first year, the DAO will actually be focused on three things, right? Three main things. The first thing we focus on will be the LFG, right? Obviously. The second thing that we focus on is the CWG budgets, right? So basically, there's going to be like about, I think right now we have 3, probably have 4 or 5 by the end of the year, right? And I think it's actually really important for a DAO to kind of understand what the WGs do, right? And read the proposals carefully, and also kind of vote on the budgets, right? Yeah. So and then the next one is the grants, right? Grants actually a really important thing, right? And I think what grants would do is that we're actually going to accelerate the grants process, right? To allow anyone to kind of propose ideas, right? So ideally, ideally a lot of things that the team currently does, whether it's marketing events or whether it is like a public goods kind of public goods, anyone can actually propose a grant to a DAO, right? So one thing that's actually important here is that for DAO funding, right, there are two components, right? You have the operational funding and the incentive funding, right? The operational funding is in USDC. So the DAO operational funding will be funded by the team, right? So for example, about 6.7 million came from the DLMM swap fees during the J.U.P launch. and the DLM swap fees, right? And then the team will be topping up about 3.4 million to make it 10, right? So the DAO next week will operationalize the DAO wallet next week to have 10 million of USDC, right? So that should actually be a very strong budget, right? To actually start to start working on a whole lot of things here. And one last thing I want to share is that I do actually think that apart from a DAO, I think there's actually a lot of things that I would say that we could do with a lot of community feedback, right? So obviously not everything will go through a DAO, right? But I think one thing that we will actually do a lot more as a team is to actually really start going through a team, going through a community, for things that might be controversial, right? For example, like the stock surf thing where it happened a couple of days ago, right? Yeah. So I think those are things that I think we actually had discussed a lot with the community, and that's on me. Yeah. So I think that's actually the main thing, I guess. So in summary and stuff, I think I think we will slowly increase the scope of the DAO. And starting next week, the DAO, a really important vote is coming up, and I'm super excited about it. Yeah, and grant process will be coming out soon. Probably and the wallet will be coming out soon as well. Yep. So I think quite a lot will be coming out as well. Yeah. And so that's it for me. Yep.
Excellent. So people, pay attention to vote.jup.ag to make sure you get involved in the vote next week. And if I'm not mistaken, that will also have the ASR active staking rewards for anyone that votes.
So someone asked a question. Is the JUP Launchpad only? Is DAO only for Launchpad? No, actually, DAO is actually not only for Launchpad. DAO is actually going to be for a number of things, right? For example, Launchpad. For example, like the WG voting is a big one, and also grants, right? So that there's going to be a lot of there probably going to be a lot of people actually kind of like have ideas. But how again, one very important thing to understand is this, right? Is we are all about growing the JUPers, right? The mandate of the DAO and the team, everyone and stuff, is to actually grow the JUPers, right? So I think that there's going to be many grants coming up, right? And I think I think the DAO will have quite a lot of things to vote on, I think. Yeah.
Absolutely. And then from a JUP for JUP perspective, whether it is an LFG vote or a working group vote or a grant vote, those are all incentivized as well or rewarded for people who vote. Is that right?
Yeah, 100%. So 100%. Yeah. So whether so all votes are the same, right? So we don't really there's no differentiation between like whether it's like LG vote or a grant vote or WG vote, right? It's all treated the same. Yep.
Fantastic. This is the JUP for JUP mentality, folks. The more you participate in governance, the more the more a part of the JUP ecosystem you get to become, which is fantastic. So
yes, 100%. So to iterate the whole JUP for JUP thing, J for J, let's go. Right?
Can we turn the chat on just for J for J real quick and just see what happens? Give me a little J for J in the chat. Let's see if this blows up my entire chat here. Immediately there we go.
Dude, I miss the chat so much, man. It really is different to chat on. And for chat on. It's so different, right? Anyway, J for J, man, let's go. And I need to reiterate. J for J is a core idea for the whole JUP thing, right? Basically, the whole thing is we want to get JUP right in the hands of J.U.P participants, right? Whether you're a user or whether user or you're a voter or you are a WG member or you're a participant, right? That's the whole thing, Yeah. So I think that's actually how we're gonna, because again, the whole point of JUP, right, is that it's an ecosystem token, right? So the whole point is that ecosystem must grow. And actually, so I think that's actually a really, really big part of like how we do things. Yeah.
Critical. Well, thank you very much, Meow. With that said, let's go over to some late breaking news here. Late breaking news. This was added just a minute before, so even I don't know. Actually, let me do a little dramatic zoom. Even I don't know what's about to happen here. Soju, the legend, tell us what is going on with the UI updates.
Yeah, man. So, hey guys, Soju here. As Meow mentioned, we have a lot of exciting votes coming up over the next few months. And before we do that, we just wanted to go back, take a step back and improve the voting UI and improve the voting experience for like all of the JUP status and stuff. So we updated the UI to clearly show the voting rewards for each period. So now it says 50 million JUP for the period of March to June. And also it comes with the tokens from the LFG launches. And We also included the WEN launch into this bracket, so voters in between March to June will also get tokens from WEN. As per discussed in the last J4J update by Meow last week on the Planetary call, we're also looking to replenishing the JUP for rewards every 6 months, assuming after with community discussion and community buying. Other than that, we're also working on a few pending improvements. Cash, can you keep the next slide? So they should disappear momentarily. Yeah. So we also have some UI UX improvements coming up. So I think the two common complaints about UI UX is that like people don't know what they voted for after they voted for it. And folks also want to partial unstake the JUP token. So like if you have 100 JUP, you want to get 50 JUP out. So both of this is on the way and is being worked on. We're trying to implement them. And if anyone have any other questions or like you want to have any feedback, please come and find me in Discord. Me and Mel is very active there. Since rewards are distributed quarterly, the next distribution will happen in July, so right after the March to June period. And this will come with a page for you to view and claim your rewards. So you can see how much JUP you earn or what tokens you have earned in a period. These JUP rewards are actually distributed directly to your state JUP account. So if you're currently unstaking, the JUP will be added to that same account and you will unstake to the other. This will apply if it's like fully staked as well. I think like our goal here is to redesign the system where like it's very intuitive and the JUP goes to the voters, people who participate actively in governance as per the JUP for JUP initiative, or like which is our core value. So it's not really about keeping as much JUP locked as long as possible, which is why it's only 1 month, which is why the UX is so seamless. And it's simple to use. So yep, hope everyone is happy with our voting rewards and our voting UI. If any questions, please come and hit me up. And hope we are all looking forward for the vote next week.
I certainly am.
Just want to reiterate on a big thing here, right? Is that we don't actually I mean obviously there was actually you know how like there are many voting platforms, right? They have like 4-year lockups or like 3-year lockup or 1-year lockup, right? You know, we don't do that stuff, right? We actually go for like what we think is the minimum like commitment period. Right, you know, right? We like go for what we consider to be minimum commitment period. And then furthermore, you can always unstake and start unstaking anytime, right? I think the reason for that is that I think we are not really the main thing is actually to make sure that we want people to kind of participate, right? And so as Soju mentioned and stuff, the rewards also be given in stake JUP, right? So you know, so to facilitate the constant participation, right? You know, so that's actually the main thing. No, question here. No, CWG is not a JUP team, right? It's an independent working group, right? You know, that's funded by the DAO, right? And Sqauds should cover that later on. Yeah, but the again WGs are if you look at my JUPiverse kind of diagram, right? You have team, you have cadets, you have users, and you have work groups, and then and it's actually all like can you put that real quick? I see the question there. Yeah. So yeah, here you go. Right. So WGs are like work groups are independent, like highly, incredibly talented, like ecosystem leaders, right? Like Cash is like the best, right? Sqauds and Degen and like and Seb is like the best, right? You know, right? So basically we're looking for the absolute best people at what they do and stuff to kind of like lead working groups, right, for Jupiter, right? But they're independent and crucially the funding from DAO, right? You know, so yeah, so it's actually not a JUP team. Yep.
All my homies love Cash in the working group, says Soju. That's right. Folks, this JUP for JUP stuff.
Sorry, go on.
I was going to say, this JUP for JUP stuff is not just like optics. This is not just like a marketing slogan. This is like clearly deeply held beliefs. 50 million JUP given out over a 3-month period for people who are voting in ways that help the ecosystem, right? And as a reminder, no matter what you vote, whether it's yes or no, whether it's for a candidate for the LFG Launchpad who does not make it through, you will still be eligible for these active stake and rewards. So just love to see a team that believes something so deeply and then actually acts on it as well. This is not just marketing speak. Speaking of the team, one last update here in the State of the JUP section. I'd love to welcome onto the stage here the Degen Mom of JUP, Degen Asian Mom.
Degen Mom, let's go.
Hey,
Let's go.
JM everyone.
Go.
Can y'all hear me?
Loud
All
and
good?
clear.
Yes,
Yeah.
hello, Mom.
Cool. This is Jupiter's Degen Mom speaking. So I'm a mom. You can see the baby chair there.
Hey.
And because I'm Asian, I don't ask when Lembo. I ask when Harvard instead. So I started crypto a couple of years ago, joined the Jupiter team right before the bear. One of the main things I do at JUP is to manage the key wallets. Because you know why? Moms are the champions of wallet management, right? So,
Right.
so before JUP launch, we actually documented the whole token minting process. We posted an article on the token accountability so that the whole community can see where the main parts of the tokens are at. So you can check out our JUP research post. Then one of the major components of the post is, if you look at diagram, is that 75% of the JUP is locked in cold wallets. So to recap, both of these cold wallets are on a 4/7 multi-sig quorum. So to make sure that the community is always kept abreast of important updates around the usage of these funds, at token launch, we actually dedicated 3 of the keys to prominent ecosystem partners, where they will make sure that we communicate the key ideas in advance before any token release. So these keys are held by Stepan, who is on the call and founder of the Sqauds multisig that we use, Mert, who is one of the most prominent supporters of Solana and founder of Helios, which helps power Jupiter's UI and infra, Nicole, who is a key player in the security and audit space, keeping DeFi safe with Neodime. So you can see over here the diagram that is showing up. So we did mention that we wanted to have a professional custodian to hold the keys. So today, we would like to announce that Coincover, the blockchain protection company, has agreed to be our independent professional custodian, and the 4th key will be handed over to them. They are in this call with us and will introduce themselves in more detail in a bit. So this is an important milestone, as all usage of JUP in the cold wallets will require external parties, i.e. our ecosystem partners, to approve the multi-sig transactions. So thanks everyone for being part of this.
Thank you so much
That's
to
from
the
my side.
Degen.
One thing, so just to end real quick, Degen Mom, I know her as a different name, but you just call her Degen Mom. So Mom really the Mom is actually really hardworking. She really takes care of everything, right? So basically I think she went through we actually went through enormous amount of effort, right? To document the entire process, right? From the minting to the distribution to the signers and to signing and then to who owns it and who owns the keys and everything and stuff, right? But up to recently and stuff, 4 or 7 of the keys are still my team, right? So I think but after signing the contract with Coincover, we are going to hand over the 4th key to them, right? So really happy for this milestone, because this actually means that like the key the team no longer can access the wallets, right? And that's a really big deal, you know? Yeah, for like the accountability and everything moving forward. Yeah. So that's it. And thanks Mom, for always taking care of our wallets, you know? Thanks, Mom.
Moms, yeah. Welcome.
W moms. And speaking of the fine folks over at Coincover,
Okay, she has to be the only Degen Asian. She has to be the only Degen Tiger Mom around. The only one, right? You know, right? The Venn diagram, Tiger Moms and Degen Moms. You overlap. There's no overlap. She's the only one that overlaps. You know, the only person that overlaps. I'm fucking sure. You know, yeah.
Pretty good stuff. Amazing. We did our homework, Ma. So the Degen Asian Mob can rest easy here at night. But speaking of resting easy, I want to bring up to the stage next a partner spotlight. You just heard about them. Please welcome here Morgan from Coincover, who's going to tell us a little bit more about who they are, what they do, and kind of why they're now been added to this multisig.
Yeah, hi everyone. Firstly, wow, my daughter came home from school just as the music was going, and I've got a town hall tomorrow. Where can I get that theme tune? Or I need my own. I need my own. But look, thanks for inviting me. It's really exciting to be part of this call and to be part of like such an amazing ecosystem. Working with Degen Mom over the last few weeks, it's been amazing. It's been brilliant to see like absolutely back up what Meow was saying about how hard you work. When I'm doing the time differences, like wow, you should be in bed. So look, thanks for getting us to this point. So you're probably wondering who Coincover is. Coincover, right? We're on a mission to make crypto safe to hold and use. And I'm going to say it, we're probably like the most trusted third party in crypto, and that's quite a bold claim, right? But since 2018, we've been partnering with industry leaders like Fireblocks, BitGo, Ledger, and now we've got, of course, Jupiter and Sqauds on as well, right? We've got solutions. Our solutions are really about working with multi-sig NPC partners and making sure that key material is backed up and can be recovered. We've also got like a product that protects risk against risks such as account takeovers and phishing. But the key material and backup and recovery is kind of like one of the core services that we offer. So, for example, if you to lose an NPC share, we could work with Fireblocks to get you access back to your assets. If Fireblocks was to disappear, we would work with you to get you access back to your assets. And it was great when you guys contacted us to say, hey, can we play with this role of a backup signer as well for these emergency situations? What makes us kind of different as well, right? We're underwritten by Lloyd's of London. So in that unlikely event that we couldn't recover access, then we've got this insurance policy that can kick in as well. So we've got you covered essentially. And since launch, you can see it there. Like we're working with over 350 businesses, ranging from asset managers, family offices, TradFi institutions, centralized exchanges, and you guys. This is what's really cool. That your landmark for Coincover. Not only are you our first DEX, I think you're our first DAO, and you're our first Solana customer. So yeah, LFG, right? We're loving it. And
so we're your first. How does it feel to be your first? How does your first feel?
Pretty special, to be honest,
It's special, right?
Never forget your first.
Never forget your first. There you go.
Yeah, look, when you got in touch with us and your conversation with Sqauds, right, it fully aligned to kind of roadmap that I've been pushing at Coincover about moving into this space. So the fact that we've been able to move so quickly is great. So I don't have too much more to say. It's brilliant to work with you guys. I think it's just the start, right?
Only upwards and onwards from here. I think that it's great to have such a trusted custodian here on the multisig. It's great to know that it's ecosystem partners who are going to be able to help in not just the core team. Really, this is what decentralization looks like. And you couldn't ask for a better partner than Coincover here. So Morgan, thanks so much for coming on and sharing.
Yeah, actually, so one thing to share, one thing just to share a lot more on, right, is that I think we took a lot of care to develop the thing such that the team, such that the JUP in the co-wallets, right, will only be released, right, upon external communication, right, in advance, right. And yeah, so I think obviously we have 3 signers from external signers, including SimkinStepan and Mert and from Neodan. So it's really good to have Coincover on, as a professional custodian, right? So I think yeah, but a fun fact is that Stepan also introduced us to Coincover, right? So yeah, there you go. Yeah.
All of the homies staying safe and cozy. That's what we like to see. You just heard about him here. To bring up another partner spotlight, another one of the signers here, we have Stepan Simkin, the co-founder of Sqauds, the best multisig in all of crypto, and I don't think it's particularly close. I'm a little bit biased. I use Sqauds every day. But Stepan, what can you tell the people about Sqauds and your role here in the JUP ecosystem?
Yeah, thanks for having me. That's my first JUP call, and yeah, I didn't know the sheer scale. I didn't anticipate. That's crazy.
You were neither of us did.
The chat is blowing up. Like yeah, I don't know. I haven't expected that. So yeah. Great work, guys. Yeah, so I'm the co-founder and CEO at Sqauds Labs. We've been building on Solana since 2021. Today, we're the leading multi-sig infrastructure provider for the ecosystem. We secure over 10 billion in value. Our code base is formally verified. We work with the likes of Jito, Helium, and now Jupiter. We have been actually partners with Jupiter for a long time, integrating swaps in like very early iterations of our products, and then limit orders recently, and soon DCA. So we're both, a customer of JUP in many ways, and partners as well. And then obviously recently we had an opportunity to work on, securing the JUP treasury, thinking through sort of the custodial setup, thinking about, who should be the signers, thinking about thresholds and everything. And so it's been amazing to work with the team. We worked with the Degen Mom. I've known her under different names though, and now obviously, so it's been a great experience. And it's been also amazing for us to sort of start as partners where we integrate Jupiter into sort of our products and kind of now move to a place where Jupiter is also a customer with, trusting our infrastructure was basically, the treasury and basically so many other operational aspects of what they're doing with the DAO. And yeah, finally we introduced Jupiter to Coincover, and it's been also great to validate the idea that a custodial sort of signer for emergency procedures is actually useful as a partner for like our current customer base. And obviously doing it on the scale of Jupiter is amazing. And then for us that's definitely a big sort of signal we can then use to potentially offer Coincover services to more DAOs and basically teams and ecosystem. And yeah, Morgan and the guys also have been fantastic to work with. And yeah, we plan definitely to continue the partnership. I think, yeah, to comment from personally, I think Jupiter is, I've said it on a bunch of content pieces before, like I'm personally a fan of JUP. I use it a lot. I think it is, definitely a beacon of sort of product perfection in the ecosystem, definitely inspiring us in many ways. And so, yeah, it's been amazing to sort of transition to this, customer relationship that we also now have, and excited to continue working with the team. It's been great.
So I have to jump in here, man. I love Sqauds, man. It's like Sqauds is so awesome, right? Like one of the anchor projects one of the anchor projects, and then hey, so Stepan, thanks for being part of the Multisig, man. It's like all work, no glory, but
no problem. No problem. No problem.
Thank you. Thanks for doing. Thanks for saying yes. I really appreciate it. So thank you so much. Thank you. And also as Stepan said, I think there's a very nice like there's an extremely nice like collaborative relationship between Sqauds and Jupiter, right? Like Sqauds has like integrated Jupiter into its products, right? Like I think if you haven't tried yet, if you're a treasurer haven't tried yet, try DCAing with Sqauds, right? Try doing DCA on Sqauds. It's awesome, right? And also obviously, as Stepan mentioned, we have everything on Sqauds, right? So all operations from co-wallets to kind of like how we manage everything inside all on Sqauds, right? And then we also have a lot of product feedback as well for you guys since you use it so heavily. Right? So looking forward to giving it. And Degen Mom will give you a lot of feedback coming out.
Amazing. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Obviously, yeah, would love to. Any feature requests are super welcome.
Yeah, Soju says in the chat, there is no second best, baby. And I'll tell you this: the working groups use it as well. So it's like from top to bottom. We didn't have to use it. No one asked me to use it, but I said, what else would I use besides Sqauds? Which is pretty great.
Yeah, seriously, and thanks for taking everything so seriously, because like without you guys, it'd be so much harder. Yeah, like literally so much harder. Yeah, so thanks. Yeah,
awesome. Thank you guys.
All right, well, folks, JUP's got the best partners. Great work is only possible with great partners, and JUP has got the best partners around, which I love to see. The next place we're going to go, though, to keep the projects moving here, or to keep the whole call moving, is to the LFG Launchpad, and I smell some alpha maybe in the air here. So next, I'd love to welcome to the stage my buddy Justin, the founder of the Zeus Network, getting well hydrated because he's about to drop some bombs. Justin, how you doing today?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Living large. We got 2,600 people in the Zoom, and it has broken the Zoom chat. So trying to figure out what we're going to do next time. But they all came to see you, Justin. What can you tell the people about Zeus Network?
Yeah, I'm extremely excited. I think it's extremely honorable to be the first project on LFG Launchpad. It's been a while that Meow probably knows this, that we were actually one of the first projects to use Jupiter SDK way back.
Mm-hmm.
It has gone a long way. Where almost 3 years ago we went from DAPO to Zeus right now, and it would definitely suffer from FTX market conditions. But something that kept us driven is that we never thought of giving up. I think that's what shapes our team and me as a founder, as a person, that we want to make this happen. And we want to make sure that we deliver the first permissionless communication there on top of Solana, connecting all these external blockchains, enable Solana to become the ultimate IO2 for all the blockchains out there. Yeah.
Building through the bear, and now we're here, and there's a big announcement to come. What can you tell people about the launch date and everything else associated with Zeus?
Yeah, it's probably the first time I said this out loud. that we're gonna be on LFG Launchpad April 4th, 3 p.m. UTC.
Let's
That's
go.
confirmed. I think hence the reason why a lot of people see 4.4 on our Twitter accounts. It's confirmed. We're gonna be on LFG Launchpad for April 4th.
For
And
let's
most
go,
important
for
part,
let's go.
for. I know somebody posts a CZ photo of Zeus t-shirts and 4 fingers. And we gotta play with that. But, I think what's more important here, I want to release a couple alphas, which we're also going to be writing medians to really explain what are the details to be eligible for extra airdrops, right? I think let's look back. We got almost 60% of votes for LFG Launchpads, which is almost 100 millions worth of JUP at one point. Now it's probably like what, almost like 150 million, 160 millions. Congrats to everyone that locked their tokens and voted for any project. It doesn't have to be Zeus. I think these are the holders that believe in JUP, believe in the ecosystem, and believe in the system that we're trying to create. It's not only Zeus at this point, as Jupiters, Sharky, any participant that joined the LFG Launchpad. These are the dreamers, founders that really want to propel the entire ecosystem together, and let's give them a round of applause. I think they deserve the respect and everything, in general, because it's not easy to start a company on Web3. It might be easy for you guys to invest or being bold, but starting a project, starting a company is way harder than everyone thinks. We made it to this point. I've been telling our team members is that it's just a humble start. With Jupiter's help, with LFG Launchpads, it's a humble beginnings where there are a lot of work can be done. Everyone's looking at us and waiting for that. So for Apollo testnet 27 to 29, we will open up exclusively for anyone that locked their JUP tokens and voted. Only for JUP holders that locked their token and voted for the first series of LFG Launchpads. And by meaning that once you join Apollo testnet, we're also going to grant you extra airdrops. The percentage of airdrop we're going to be announcing in a couple of days. I think by next Monday, we should be announcing a fixed percentage of extra airdrops on Zeus token to anyone that voted during LFG Launchpads. So stay tuned. Remember, 4-4 is something that you guys gotta know. 4-4, okay? 4-4. I know that's against that cash, right? 4-4. I didn't do it this way, but 4-4. That's important. 4. But we're gonna airdrop. We're gonna airdrop extra Zeus for everyone that voted during LFG Launchpad for a series of LFG Launchpads. So that's important. More importantly, that these Zeus chat rules are going to be granted for dance. And in order for them to be eligible for more Zeus tokens, they have to acquire a certain amount of Zeus tokens in overalls. So, it's a beneficiary relationship, right? You voted, you get more Zeus, and then you also getting more airdrop Zeus as well. So we're going to announce this next Monday. Stay tuned. Next Monday, we're going to do a series of meetings, making sure that whoever voted during during LFG Launchpad Series 1 are going to be taken care of. Also, they're ready for next week's testnets as well. So a lot of you also be asking, when is Zeus points, and Dapper Games airdrop details? We're also going to be announcing in the week follow that. So, in the next 14 days, a lot of information going to be rolling out during these 2 weeks. Stay tuned. And more importantly, it's about to get busy. We were really busy for the last few months already with tech and everything. But what's important is that we also have a major announcements that we want to announce our backers at this point. You guys see Anatoly, Muniz, Andrew Khan as angel investors, and we have bigger lineup coming up. So stay tuned. I think 4-4, definitely don't want to miss that 4-4. I think it's something that let's tweet more about it 4-4. Let everyone outside of Solana know that, hey, there's a communication there for Solana that is ready to integrate you guys. It's ready for you guys to come into Solana in a permissionless ways. You don't have to stuck in the blockchains. Zeus communication there are going to enable that. Enabling Solana become the ultimate layer 2 L2, the go-to execution application there for all the insufficient blockchains out there. So
Amazing.
get ready, be prepared. Let's go. 4-4.
Let's go. 4-4. You can scan the QR code on the screen right now to join the Zeus Discord to stay up with all of the latest breaking updates and news that are going to come. And especially if you were a voter, make sure that you go grab that Chad roll over in Discord as well. Justin, thanks so much for coming on. It's good to see you. 4-4. Big things popping. That's a fact. Let's go. So speaking of the LFG Launchpad here, the next person I want to bring up on stage is a member of the aforementioned core working group. Remember, their budget governance proposal will be coming next week. Make sure to vote on that. And here we have Matt Levine's favorite slurf. He was the subject of a bunch of libelous comments from one of the better financial writers around, I think. Slorg, how you doing? How does it feel to have hit the mainstream?
Yeah, feels pretty good, I guess. I didn't expect it to happen that way, but
the first
really hard to predict the future.
ever mentioned by Matt.
Yeah, that's it. It's a lot. It's a night of firsts today, folks. And the first slug to ever get mentioned in Money Stuff is here to talk about how the DAO feedback went after the round one. So Slorg, what kind of changes can we expect before round two?
Yeah, so just to give some context and to catch everyone up, after the first LFG round, we solicited and we accepted feedback via a forum post that got, I think, almost 100 replies and 3,000 views, and also a town hall that I think about 300 DAO members attended, and we spoke to them, we let them up on stage, and we got their feedback on what they thought of the process. And based on that, we combed everything, we compiled everything together before discussing it as a working group. And as a consequence of this, we then arrived at a few potential changes to the process. So the first issue was, how do we want to handle the projects who didn't launch? So there were 4 of them: Uprock, Sourceful, MonkeyDex, and Banks. Banks decided to go ahead and do their own thing, and they're going to launch anyway, leaving 3. So how do we handle projects like these in the context of the continued process going forward? The DAO's recommendation was some sort of hybrid between making them start fresh all over again on the forum, or being able to continue contingent on reaching a certain percent in the vote, in which case they would progress automatically to the next round. So we took that as the core working group and decided to add shape to these ideas. And our current thinking seems to be that if a project reaches over 10% of the vote, they would automatically be reintroduced into the subsequent round and have their material from the prior round kept up. But this could only happen one time before they're kicked back to the forum stage, kind of like a redemption almost. And then projects under 10% of the vote would just start back at the forum stage completely fresh. And the other change in regards to that would be that for the AMAs, we would suggest but not mandate that the highlight of those AMAs would be changes implemented since, lessons learned, and project updates, rather than starting all over again with the information we already went over. However, for this round, this upcoming round, we're thinking of grandfathering in the 3 who didn't win the last vote, just because we want to ensure that there's informed consent going on right now, right? Because we don't want to subject them to this rule that they didn't even know about. So just to make things fair. So that was sort of the first big thing. And then the second thing was the DAO had a few miscellaneous concerns. And you can read more of them on the forum post I made, but 2 I'll highlight in particular are, 1, blind voting. So the idea is that people think voting should be blind in the sense that no one knows the current results of the vote. And it's not a bad premise by any means. However, the working group really wants to have 3 full votes under our belt before we decide to make any significant changes to the voting dynamic. I think it's tempting to change things significantly, but we don't really have any base rate at all to compare things to. So it'd be kind of just like shooting in the dark based on assumptions. However, if over time we do deem this is a significant detriment to the voting process, I think we're very open to exploring options for this. And in particular, we'll reevaluate after the 3rd vote benchmark. And secondly, and just to wrap things up, and probably the most requested items, we're making a couple things more accessible. So these included things like linking to the governance platform on the main site, because currently you need to go through 2 separate sites to reach it. And as Soju mentioned about 20 minutes ago, making the fact that you voted more prominent, because some people felt it wasn't obvious enough that their vote was marked. And I have some good news in regards to these items. Both of these things will be implemented by the next vote. So we're likely going to repeat this in-depth feedback process to the same extent for the next 3 to 5 votes, but we'll generally accept feedback indefinitely.
That's what we like to see, getting better as a community here. It's only a DAO if people participate and make their voices heard. So thank you to all the 100 people that did leave comments. Hopefully next time we get even more feedback that can help improve this. Jupiter can fix it. Yes, he can. Shout out to Cryptic and the rest of them. Meow, what do you think of the DAO process here?
I mean, I just say that like a really big shout out to Slog man and the CWG man for like just relentlessly being like the most community focused people I've seen. I think one of the things that I think I'm learning, right, in a very real time way is working with the community, right? Like the surf incident yesterday was actually a pretty good example. I felt like it was actually definitely a situation whereby I could have talked a lot more with the community, right? You know, before making some comments.
Do you mind giving a little bit of context in case people didn't follow along with that?
It's okay. I mean, I think people are following is fine, you know. But I think the main thing I'll say is that I think throughout everything, I think it's like working in the community is really tough, right? Because there's just so many like diverse opinions, right? I think and I'll just say that I think it has been really great seeing Slog and guys in practice, right? You know, and just learning from them. I personally just learned a lot, you know, from their willingness to engage and listen and work on stuff, you know. So big credit to them. Yeah.
Cool. All right, that is it for the LFG portion of the show. Folks, we got one more. It's everybody's favorite portion of the show, which is where we get to hear from a member of the community, an honorable cadet who is exemplifying those cadet values. So please, right now, let's welcome Scarlett Synth up to share the community voice.
Hello. Hi. Hello. Can you hear me, everyone?
Loud and clear.
Oh, pleased to be here. Thanks so much for this chance to address everyone. First, I'm a really proud cadet. I'm so happy to be here, and I have this chance to just share a few things about what I think makes it real fun and why I'm proud to be a cadet. So I'm just gonna start with a little bit of an intro about myself. I discovered crypto in about 2020 or so. Fell in love with Solana at first sight, of course. I think my first experience was minting an NFT with a Solid wallet on mobile, and that was quite rare. I love NFTs and art in general, of course, but I do love communities and people even more. Apes, no, cats, everyone, right? So I'm just intrigued about how people choose to make their choices and decisions, why they think it's fair. So it's really exciting to me to have witness the growth of the DAO that we're building, and just in general how the way the space changes so fast from I don't know, gas wars to raffle mints to whitelist to tokens for sidekick mint a pet or a wife for your character and stuff. So metaverse access cards, of course. This space is really fun, honestly, and it's an amazing whole universe to explore. So I've learned so much about myself in this process as well. I like to think that sharing all of these thoughts with everyone just improved my ability to make better decisions, of course. Most of my progress, though, I feel came from interacting with just other traders, fellow navigators, and learning from them. So this is why I'm here, really. And by here, I mean in this community. I do answer a lot of questions in general chat about rewards, but I secretly dream of a day where the general chat is going to look a lot more like the meta channel, because that's a lot more interesting to me. When it comes to the Jupiter community, I joined the Discord and the actual community sometime before the airdrop, I think. So I would have been using the platform a long time before that, but did not get to meet everyone else until the claim website came live. That's when Solana started being a lot of fun again. So yeah, I mean, the fact that we started this with a proposition for us to participate in this experiment, that was really attractive to me. I mean, the whole world is an experiment, so is Web3, of course. So I felt what a better way to do things, if not together with this common goal of growing the whole Solana pie. So I'm in it for the long run, really. When it comes to being a cadet, It is loads of fun and rewarding. I'm really into reading your questions, comments, insights, participating in conversations that I feel have a lot of value for me as a person, but for the space itself as well. So I invite and look forward to hear all of your other guys, I don't know, perspective on Jupyter topics like the Launchpad or the DEX or the DAO or governance in general. That's really interesting to me. And the fact that I've been given an opportunity to participate in all of this, it's been huge. I'm so grateful, really.
Well, I know we're all pleased to have you, and having a high integrity person like yourself as a member of the community is essential. What do you think kind of typifies somebody as a cadet? What makes a cadet different from everyone else?
I think it's the passion for us moving forward. It's a passion for blockchain technology rather than instant gratification by seeing price going up and stuff like that. So that is the aspect of this that I enjoy the most. But there's so much more, really. Like if you care about decentralization, if you care about blockchain or solid values or ethos behind actions, this is where I think being a cadet shines when it comes to getting across things like that. So
Yeah,
this
I
great
think
opportunity for me first to find other people like me that think these things are important and enjoy discussing, planning, or strategizing about them. And I feel like together we are in an involved, active way, we are helping to shape the future of finance on Solana. And I'm thrilled to be on this journey with everyone else that's interested in this aspect of what we're doing. So again, I don't think I said this first. I appreciate the opportunity to speak because I really wanted to thank everyone in Jupyter for creating this medium where we can do all of this.
yeah, so just want to say a big thanks for pointing that out, man, because I think what you're saying is something that I've been thinking about, but haven't really had the ability to vocalize. So thanks a lot for sharing it. I think, I mean, it's almost hard for me to say this sometimes, to be honest, because there's so much pressure on a day-to-day basis, right? You know, whether it's like whether it's the token price or numbers
Yeah.
or the servers going up and down, everything, right? There's actually a tremendous amount of pressure, right, to actually kind of always be winning, right? But then
Yeah.
it's actually really important to kind of like I feel like what we're trying to do here is to really kind of create an environment, right, where it is not just about those things, right? But okay, like how do we kind of care about you hey bro, you know the cadet video that we have, the cadet the fun
Yeah,
like
of
50
course.
video, you know, like all our love kind of thing, right?
It
I
rocks.
love that video, right? Because I feel like that kind of like really kind of embodies, right, what I think like like being a good community is about, right? You know, like if we're really caring about ecosystem, really caring about the mission of like, you know, like driving the space forward, right? Really caring for each other, right? You know, and really caring for like, you know, like and I feel like that care, right? That
Yes.
care is really what will differentiate us in the long run, right? You know, right? As a
I feel so
community, right?
too. I thought it's important for you to hear this because there is this tendency for us to discuss a lot of how much per JUP will my JUP reward be, but for many of us, it's not about that. And I thought that should be said, or it's not just about that. But for everyone else,
Yeah.
just to let you know, quarterly, you'll be rewarded anyway. So
There's some
yeah, there's that as
yeah.
well, of course.
The JUP
That is
rewards are really
that.
just the beginning of it, right? It is the community. It is being able to work on something greater than yourself. It's being able to work with
Yeah,
high
I think
integrity and
so.
high caliber people as well to push that
yeah.
decentralization meta forward.
I feel like that it's an important discussion here, right? I feel like a lot like one thing you'll notice is that we don't talk about API, we don't talk about API, we don't really kind of, you know, like shout those things out, you know, mainly because I think a lot of people want to, but I think for us, I think it's pretty easy to analyze, right? You know what's happening and stuff. I think and lots of people have actually analyzed, you know, but I think what is actually important right now is to, and the reason, but I think what we care about is that as a team and as an ecosystem, we want to emphasize that the goal of these things, right, is really to participate, right? You know, right?
Yes.
And it's yeah, and I feel like I feel like yeah, that's really important. By the way, Scarlett, fucking cool hair, bro. That's great hair. What the fuck? Check out my hair.
Oh, there's a
I'm so
lot of
jealous.
it.
I'm so jealous.
Well, Scarlett, thanks for coming on and sharing your perspective. I think it's an essential
My
one.
pleasure, guys. Thanks again for all of this. I'm looking forward to the call every week anyway. I don't think I've missed one yet, so pleased to hear from you again.
Yeah, thank you.
Amazing updates. I mean, it's a pleasure every time. Thanks to everyone else, Slorg and everyone else. This is amazing, really. I'm so happy to be here. I'm so excited. So let's fucking go. This is crazy.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go.
So happy for you too. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for coming.
Fantastic. Well, if you want to be a cadet and start, if any of this resonates with you, you should go join the Discord, discord.gg/JUP, and start to contribute some value, answer questions, give your opinions, give your ideas, and you too can become a cadet in no time flat. But all right, folks, we're already a few minutes over, so we're going to start to wrap this up here with the final piece, which is the POAP here at the end. Look at this, the best POAPs in the game. Look at these. Big shout out W. Srijani, who is not actually an artist. She's an ops specialist, but happens to also be an artist. I see Soju's already got the camera out because he's ready to get the POAP for the first time. You can scan this QR code. It's going to take you to a form. On that form, you need to connect either your Twitter or your Discord, and then we will airdrop you the POAP in the next kind of 30 to 60 minutes, depending on network congestion. We've had to do this because the other times they've just gotten botted to hell. So please just fill the form out one time, connect either your Twitter or your Discord so that we know you're a real person, and then you will get the POAP in your wallet shortly after the call. If you're on mobile, you can click on the link that Srijani just posted in the chat. It's a safe link to the form as well. So I'll leave this up for just a second so people can get. Look at this beautiful POAP. I mean, it's just going to make your wallet look so much sexier. Don't you? Who wouldn't want this? This is excellent. Cool. All right, folks, that is going to be about it for all of us. For me, Kash, for Meow, Soju, Slorg, Justin, Morgan, Scarlett, the Degen Asian Mom, Stepan, and everybody else on the call. Thank you so much for joining. Go check out the Jupiter. Oh, you got something, Meow? Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, just want to say that, like, hey guys, I know it has been a very interesting 2 days, right? You know, where my tweet and I've been reading a lot of things that people send me. I've been internalizing it, right? You know, and obviously I covered the whole DAO the DAO thing earlier as well, right? You know, yeah. But I just want to say that I love everyone. Thanks for all the feedback, pros and cons, right? You know, whatever it is, I'm listening, right? You know, and let's get better together. That's all. Thank you.
Cool. So, as I was saying here, we appreciate you joining. Get more involved in the Jupiter ecosystem. You can follow us on Twitter. Join the Discord for sure. It's one of the best Discords around. And then if you enjoyed this call at all and you want to do me a little personal favor, go subscribe to the Jupiter YouTube channel. I'm going to put this link in the chat as well. We have all sorts of great content. We'll have clips from everything that happened here so you can rewatch it and get re-engaged. All the music videos, all the meme videos, the AMAs from the LFG Launchpad, the short interviews, and much, much more are all in here. So please do go sign up for this. That is going to do it for us here. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. And then the meows are starting as usual to end this over. Listen, folks, I know we had to turn off the chat, unfortunately, today just because we had too many people in the Zoom, quite frankly. It's blown any expectation I had away. But I think I'll stick around. Maybe some other members of the panel could stick around as well in case, and we can answer some of these Q&As for people that want to come. But on your way out, we'll play this little Jupiter theme song, Jupiter's Universe.
But now the universe need to loosen up, but deep my pursuit of cadet. Am I cool enough? No problem, I'm still moving up. That's the money, bro. I'll sit at the computer, yeah. Mission goes along, gonna make it easy for them all to come get involved. Stage names been going up, volumes in my middle name, still see me in that old book. Need to learn to share the page, gonna make that start cook, but still it's where I'm more chasing, I'm gonna fuck, don't blow it up. Jupiter, but now the universe. Loosen up, but deep my pursuit of cadet. Am I cool enough? No problem, I'm still moving up. That's the money, bro. I'll sit at the computer, yeah. Mission goes along, gonna make it easy for them all to come get involved.
That's all for this one, folks. We will catch you same time, same place next week.
Cash, people say that they can't. People are saying they can't actually open the form.
They
I think
can't.
the form is closed.
The form is
They're
closed.
saying the
Maybe we
form-
could
Just
reopen
drop
it.
the.
Let me post this back
That's
over
true.
here. Let's
Discord-
open up the form
Discord
again,
is in the
Trajni, for just a minute or two. We closed it off to ensure that people weren't able to spam and bot it, but we can open up for another minute or two if some folks are not able to see it here.
Yeah, people on Discord are saying that they can't open it. Yeah.
Gotcha. So it's going to be reopened. We'll keep it open for another 3 or 4 minutes to make sure the people who are on the call were able to fill this out. So go check that out. The link is in the chat again as well. Degen Mom signing off. Remember to do your homework, she says, which is an essential piece.
We need
here.
to do
So
something. We need to do something about you need to actually verify your JUP to get something, man. That's actually pretty important, right?
That's
Yeah,
the
we can
system
do
we're
that.
working on for next week. So we'll be able to reward people who are actually voting, not just people who are coming to this. So stay tuned for that. Every week we're getting a little bit better. Incrementally, this thing, we move
By the way,
fast.
guys,
Always.
we have to. By the way, guys, we have to stream to Discord somehow. Discord, because I'm on Discord right now, and it's so great. Like there's so many great comments. There's so many great comments and so
Yes,
many.
bring the
But
Discord
everyone on Discord, I love you. Right, I'm on you right now. Right, you know, I feel like we have to find a way to like Key, like George from Key, like just do a quick shout out. George from Key, Batman, Weird City. So it's so great to see and if it's your first call, I love thanks for showing up. Right. Yeah, and Scarlett, everyone's fucking loving you, man. And Albros Trust 86, and Funky Monk just be active, man. Catdets is all about the love, just show more love and you'll be good. Juju girl, the only girl in crypto besides me. Yeah, sorry, I know the call has ended, so I'm just talking shit, but then
Okay,
yeah.
let me-
So